Imagine your web browser could read any page for you, answer questions about it, do your research without a pile of open tabs, and even click around and finish tasks on its own. That's exactly what ChatGPT Atlas does. It's a web browser from OpenAI with ChatGPT built right into it. And in this video, I'm going to walk you through it step by step, from installing it to having the AI take real actions for you. No tech background needed. By the end, you'll know how to use every part of it. What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the AI Academy. My name's Eric, and on this channel, we make AI tools simple enough for anyone to actually use. Now, Atlas is one of the more exciting tools to come out lately because it changes the thing that you already do all day, which is browse the internet. So let's get into it. First, one important heads up so nobody wastes a download. Right now, Atlas is only available on Mac, and you need one of the newer Apple chips, the M1 or later. If you're on a Windows computer, it isn't out for you just yet. OpenAI has said other versions are coming, but as of now, this is a Mac tool. So if that's you, let's set it up. Getting started is simple. Just go to the Atlas download page from OpenAI, which we'll have down in the description below. Download the file and drag it into your applications folder, just like installing any other Mac program. Now, when you open it, it asks you to sign in with your ChatGPT account, the same login you'd use for the regular ChatGPT. Now, if you don't have one, you can make a free account in just a minute. Then it offers to import your bookmarks, history, and saved passwords from Chrome or Safari, so you don't lose everything that you already have. You can accept that or skip it. And just like that, you have a working browser that looks familiar with one big addition that we're about to use. So let me show you the three things that Atlas does, starting with the simplest and building up to the powerful stuff. The first thing is asking about a page. Now, this is the feature that you'll use most, and it's the easiest to fall in love with. Let's look up best hikes in Northern California. Let's go find an article. And we'll come here, let's just go to search. Okay, here we go. So we're on this page right here, top hikes, epic hiking in Northern California. We scroll down, we have a listicle style article here. So let's go ahead and ask chat. We'll say, summarize this for me in 5 bullet points. Okay, so here we go. We've got our little 5 bullet points. Let's go ahead and make this a little bit bigger so it all fits on the screen. Mist Trail to Nevada Falls, Yosemite. Waterfall hikes dominated the rankings. Redwood Forest hikes were among the highest rated experiences. Several Bay Area hikes made the list for their iconic views. Most of these are accessible as Bay Area day trips. Pretty cool. And then you could ask anything else like, what was the #1 hike? Now, obviously you could go look at it, but maybe you just want to get some quick little notes here. The #1 hike was the Mist Trail to Nevada Falls in Yosemite National Park. And then here's going into more details here about that specific hike, which is cool. Maybe you didn't want to read the whole thing, you just kind of get a feel for it and just doing some high level research. Now, here's a real example of why this is handy. Say you're looking at a long terms of service page that you'd normally never read. You can ask this, let them share my data with other companies, and it'll find the answer buried in all that legal text in just a couple of seconds. That alone is worth having. The second thing that Atlas does is research, and this is where it really starts to feel different from a normal browser. So instead of typing keywords into a search engine and opening 10 tabs, you type an actual question into the bar at the top in plain language. You can even ask it to dig through your own browsing history, like find that article about sleep that I read last week, and it'll track it down. So let's go ahead and see this in action. What are the top 5 video editing laptops under $1,000 right now, and why? Go ahead and send that off, and we can see ChatGPT is going to work. And here we go, it even put together a comparison table for us with different ratings and everything like that. It even talked about the battery life, so we can tell right here the Apple MacBook Air will have the best battery life, but let's just ask it. Which will have the best battery life and how good will it be? Okay, there we go. And now it's telling us why the Apple MacBook Air is the best battery life option. Now for the third thing, and this is the headline feature, Agent Mode. This is where Atlas stops just answering and starts doing. You give it a task and it takes control of the screen, moving the cursor and clicking buttons by itself to complete it. You can watch the whole thing as it works. So to use Agent Mode, you'll need a paid ChatGPT plan, so this one isn't on the free tier. Here's here's how to use it well. Start with a small, low-risk tasks so you can learn how it behaves. For anything important, it pauses and asks you to confirm before it does something big, like making a payment or sending a message. That confirmation step is your safety net, so pay attention to it and don't just rubber stamp everything. So let's go ahead and open up a new tab here. I'm gonna click on this little plus sign here and click on Agent Mode. And I'm gonna say, go ahead and find the top 5 coffee shops in Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and put them for me in a list. And that's the part where I need to be straight with you, because using this responsibly matters. Now, Agent Mode is impressive, but it makes mistakes. It can misread what you wanted, click the wrong thing, or tell you it finished something that it actually didn't. So you check its work every time. There's also a privacy angle that you should understand. Because the AI reads the pages you visit, there's a real security concern the whole industry is wrestling with, where a shady website could hide instructions on a page to try to trick the AI. The companies building these browsers have admitted this is a hard problem. So here's my simple rule. Don't turn the agent loose on sensitive things like your bank, your health records, or your private accounts. Use it for low-stakes tasks while the technology matures. Let me also point you to a couple settings worth knowing about. Atlas has a feature called browser memories, where it remembers sites that you visit so it can be more helpful over time. That's useful, but it's also the AI building a picture of you. So if that makes you uncomfortable, you can turn it off or limit it. There's also an incognito style mode that hides a page from ChatGPT entirely, which is handy for anything you'd rather keep private. So let me put the whole workflow together, because once you see how the 3 pieces fit, it clicks. You browse like normal, and whenever you have a question about a page, you ask the sidebar. When you want to research something, you ask the bar at the top and have a conversation instead of opening tabs. And when you have an actual task to get done, you hand it to Agent Mode and supervise it. Reading help, research help, and task help, all inside the thing you were already using anyways. So here's my honest take on how to get the most out of it today. The reading and research features are excellent and ready right now, so use those freely. The agent that takes action is genuinely useful for small stuff, but still needs a babysitter. So treat it like a capable assistant on their first week. Helpful, but not yet trusted with anything that really matters. So use it that way and you'll get real value without getting burned. Now, the bigger point is that browsing the web is changing. For 30 years, a browser just showed you pages. Now it can understand them and act on them for you. Getting comfortable with a tool like Atlas now means you'll be ready as these features get more reliable, because they're improving fast. So if you want to get started with any of the AI tools or platforms that we covered today, you'll find the links for them down in the description below. These are affiliate links, which means we do earn a small commission when you use them at no extra cost to you. And supporting the channel this way really helps us keep creating practical, beginner-friendly content to help you learn and leverage AI. So if you end up using them, we thank you so much in advance. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Here on the AI Academy, we make videos that break down artificial intelligence tools, workflows, and strategies to help you stay ahead of the curve, whether you're a creator, entrepreneur, or just curious about what AI can do. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you here in the next video.